Why men pull away when they're falling in love. In this video, I'm going to tell you why men pull away when they're falling in love and how to reel your man back in who was pulling away from you, as well as how to avoid the fatal mistakes that make him lose interest forever. We don't want that. So things might have looked great in the beginning. They seemed promising, like there was a future. Or, maybe you had sex and it was amazing. You were so sure that this was going to be a good situation, yet all of a sudden he's gone, or he's not really sending you messages anymore, or the relationship you wanted never took off and it was a failure to launch situation. But the moral of the story is you're in a vulnerable position now, because just when you started to get excited and feel good, all of a sudden it's ripped away. So you might ask yourself things like, did we have sex too soon? Are men commitment phobes? Did whatever we did, aka having sex, make him lose interest forever because he got what he wanted? You might find yourself worrying, but do not worry, because I'm going to address exactly why men pull away when they're falling in love in this video and give you a solution for what to do about it. So don't stop watching until the end, because that's when I actually give you the solution that you will need to change this situation. So the reasons why men pull away when they're falling in love are: number one, his own personal life stress. This is the best case. This is a great scenario. That means he's dealing with something in his life. So examine his life. Is he losing his job? Is he having work trouble? Is he losing a parent, a pet? If he has an external stressor, realize that men like to deal with stuff on their own and it has nothing to do with you. So that means it is completely his own thing. Number two, he feels pressured to commit more than he is comfortable committing just yet. So he's afraid of getting married, for example, or maybe he's not the type of guy who would ever get married. Men love their freedom, and giving it up has pros and cons, but the pros have to be enough to outweigh the cons. Next, you got clingy. What do I mean? Okay, so after women have sex, a lot of women think that it meant more than it did to the man, because women are different than men in our biological responses to having sex. So if you had sex and thought it meant you guys were going to be committed, but he viewed it as simply sex and nothing more, so he might have not been falling in love. That's what I'm trying to say here, that if you got clingy and he was not falling in love with you and it was just sex, then that's a disconnect in your guys' understanding. But don't worry. Even if you did that, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, so you don't need to worry. That's what I want. You do not worry, but I will explain exactly what to do, and it's going to work in your situation if you did that, aka have sex too soon. So you have to also realize that the next reason is something real. He could need a break from the intensity of his emotions about the relationship. What does this mean? Oh, I love her so much. I'm scared. My heart is open. Men are not really like this normally, but there's a small chance this could be it. But it could be a fairy tale, to be honest. He could be worried inside that you might not be the one. I mean, that's pretty much him doubting your relationship. He could be feeling rushed in the relationship and want it to slow down. Again, don't try to move too fast. Take things slow or he will get scared. So that was a list of common reasons that a guy might start pulling away when you think he's falling in love. And if you are in a relationship, I want to say it's definitely normal for a guy to pull back and take stock of the relationship when things are starting to get serious. So if he's growing a little distant, then chances are there's nothing to worry about. If you do the right thing, I'm going to tell you the right thing to do, but you have to really, really listen, or you won't do this right and you will end up being very depressed because you don't have good results. So the common thread that runs through all of the reasons I mentioned is that it's about him, not you. His emotions, his fears, his hang-ups about the relationship, things he needs to work through on his own. If he's acting distant, the worst thing you can do is chase after him, trying to chase his affection, attention, and love. it will literally make him feel like you are trying to control him and smother him and drag him back to you, which will freak him out. And even if he was a little bit on the fence, he's going to be a lot on the fence. Don't worry if you've already done this, but just stop now and you have to do what I'm going to tell you. So you don't want him to feel the sense that you're trying to steal all his freedom and free time. So what should you do then? Okay, I'm going to tell you. So give him the space he needs to work through it on his own. Give him the space. Space, the most important thing to do is give him space. Giving him space gives him a reason to miss you again. He might realize he's actually interested, or he might realize that he's not interested and pull back, which is kind of, a sad situation. But if he's going to pull back now, just because you give him space, it means he was not in love in the first place. So nothing bad can happen by you giving him space, only good things. So you have to ask yourself, was he ever really falling in love? Was it projection? Just because you feel strong love feelings does not mean he does. I'm not saying that to sound rude. I get it, trust me, but sometimes we can project our own feelings and want something to be true because we feel it. So, take that to heart. So you have to also know when he has space, you need to be working on something. I'll tell you in a moment. So this is crucial. This is as important as giving him space. You should work on your mood. It'll be the one thing that will push him over the edge and into your arms. Men are attracted to happy women, and mood manages relationships. A good mood makes you feel good to him. You feel good to be around. You feel good to talk to. So if you're going to, talk to him or spend time with him, the better your mood is, the more your good inner feelings will radiate out from you, and the more you'll attract love from him. So remember this, when you give a guy space, it makes him miss you. When you are genuinely happy and feeling good on the inside, it makes him love you. So I hope that this has helped you. To read more about this topic, there is a link to the full article in the description. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos about how men in relationships really work. Then go to VixenDaily.com if you'd like for more love articles. To never be confused by men again. Okay, bye.